on Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, verse 15. Am I right?
Recording.
Yes,
Please correct me if I'm wrong. So, verse 15 from
15.
chapter 1.
Right.
Okay. Just to give a quick rundown to Vikash, anyone would like to say the name of the chapter we are reading in English?
Yeah, let me first send
The link?
a
Yes,
link.
please.
Yeah.
You can do that in parallel. Yes, Piyush, would you like to say the name of the chapter we are reading? I don't know if it's the Jitsi problem, but I keep losing people with their videos. They just
No,
keep
I can see
disappearing.
that they are actually switching off their videos.
Oh, is it?
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
I'm
It's good
keeping
to have
track
the
on
videos
everyone.
on because we know who's talking then. Yeah. All right. So, anyone with the name of the chapter?
Yeah. So that is chapter
Don't
one.
please don't read. Just try to recollect what you have.
So we'd finished 1.14 the last time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So that, as far as I remember, it was the blowing of the councils, and they were getting ready for the war,
Sure.
right?
Sure. Yeah. What was the name of the chapter, Randir? What is the name of the chapter 1 we are reading?
So वो chapter 1 होगा ना. I'm sorry about that.
That's
I
nice.
I
That's
have it.
okay.
I have it.
Okay.
I
The
have it
name of the
written.
chapter. The name of the
Ah.
chapter is Observing the Armies on the Battlefield of Kurukshetra.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sir,
That is
if
the
you
chapter.
ask a Sardar, that is the answer you're going to get now.
So,
The
observing
name
the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra.
Kurukshetra.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So, uh, in Sanskrit, you can translate because all the chapters of Bhagavad Gita are termed as yoga because every chapter is a
Yoga.
yoga. It's a yoga
Uh-huh.
shastra. Bhagavad Gita is also known as the yoga shastra.
Yoga Shastra.
Okay.
Mhm.
So when we say name of the chapters, they will be a yoga. Anyone knows what's the meaning of yoga?
Exercise, isn't it?
Oh, that
Meditation.
is
Sadhana.
physical. Yes. Physical
Meditation.
exercise. Yes.
Sadhana.
Meditation.
Physical exercise basically it's asanas. It's a part of the yoga.
Is it called meditation?
No. No.
Yoga is sadhana, doing manan of any specific thing.
Who's
Like
this?
Kshitij here.
Vikash.
No,
No,
Kshitij
not
here.
me.
Not Vikash. Who?
Kshitij here, Kshitij.
Kshitij, I can't see you, man. This is the problem, when the video
I
is not
am
there, I don't know
actually
who's
having
talking.
problem connecting through laptop, but I
Is
was
it?
able to connect through phone. So not sure what's
Okay.
going wrong.
Okay. If you can start your video, that will be great, if it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
possible. Yeah. Yes, great. Thank you. Yes, Kshitij.
Yeah, sorry, I was not there for a couple of sessions, but I
That's
do
all
have the
right.
notes.
That's good. That's
So,
good. Yeah.
anyways, coming to your question,
Yoga.
yoga is basically sadhana. So, if I relate to myself, I always like to chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya morning at least
So
108 times.
sure.
So that's what I understand. Yeah.
So yoga is sadhana is actually practice.
Mm-hmm.
Sadhana is practice. It's a different word than yoga.
Okay.
Sadhana means abhyas or practice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Abhyas is a what you call diluted word of sadhana. So when we write, Hindi, we write Marathi, we read Sanskrit. So the script is Devanagari.
Yeah.
So when we write in Devanagari, doesn't mean it is Hindi. So Devanagari doesn't mean Hindi. Please don't when you read written in Devanagari, don't say it is Hindi
That's
or
right.
don't say it is Marathi. It is Devanagari. Devanagari script is used in many ways. So it's a script. It is not a language.
Yeah.
So Devanagari script, when we write down in Sanskrit, it is the most concentrated form of the language using the same script. You dilute it, it further becomes, you have other, like you have, Hindi Vyakaran, which is at the higher level where you have Shuddha Hindi, then you have diluted Hindi. Similarly, you have Shuddha Marathi, then you have diluted Marathi. So if you see any Marathi Shabdakosh, a proper big one, you'll find the words and their inheritance as well. Or you see Hindi, you'll see their inheritance as well. They're coming from Sanskrit. So Abhyas, which you use in Marathi, is written in Devanagari, but the inheritance is from sadhana. Just to clarify on sadhana. Yeah, coming back to yoga. Okay, so yoga. What is yoga? Anyone else
Yoga
want
is
to try?
basically relating ourselves to
Very
someone.
close, very close, very nice, very good thought.
So basically, I'm sitting in Australia, but if I think of my mother sitting in India,
Yeah.
I'm trying to relate.
Yeah.
Think about
What
her.
is the other word to this one? What you're trying to do? From your
Meditate.
mind?
Meditation. No.
Meditate will be the advanced step. Before that, you're trying to connect.
Connect.
So to connect is yoga.
Okay.
When you try to connect, it's called yoga. So yoga comes from the word yujna. So yujna makes yoga. Yeah, these things are important. So I would request everyone to please have a notepad and a pen, because this will help you, later to go through your notes. Yeah.
Yep.
It will make it easier to understand the terms we use. So yoga is to connect. So the first chapter, as we say in English, is observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, is also known as Sainya Nirikshan Yoga.
Okay.
Okay. So who's doing Sainya Nirikshan? We will come to know very soon. And then next, other angle to this chapter is also a yoga, which is known as Arjuna Vishad Yoga.
Teaching Arjun?
Vishad means lamenting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So lamentation. Anyone knows what is lamentation? Yes, Kshitij. Want to try?
Not sure.
Piyush? Guys, again, I only have 2 people which I can see. Others have gone again.
I can't go.
So I can't
You
see
hear me? Hello?
Piyush. I can't see
No?
Randhir. Randhir is back. Yes. Yes,
Hello, can
Piyush
you
is
hear
back.
me?
Yes, we can hear you. Okay.
Yeah, great. I don't know. There's some microphone issue with my other laptop, so it always happens with Jitsi. Yeah, I'm so sorry. So the meaning of lamentations would be, I mean, it's something to do with grief. So it's
Okay.
like when someone's passionately expressing, their grief or their sorrow, then you can say they are lamenting. So that's
Very good. Very close. Very close. Yes. Very close to that one. Yes. Grief is one aspect of lamentation. Anyone else want to try lamentation?
Lamentation मतलब like बुरा लगना basically, पश्चाताप करना. पश्चाताप.
Okay. Yeah. Good thought. Good thought. Yes. Yes, Randhir, want to say something? Yes.
So it's basically, in my opinion, I think it would be a bit closer to the sorrow aspect of it.
Okay. Yes. Sorrow, grief. Yes.
Because if you turn around and you say it's regret, right? It's going to be less towards, in my opinion, it's less towards the regret, but more towards the sorrow.
Sorrow. Yeah. Sorrow equal to grief, somewhere close to grief and sorrow. Yes.
Like, why did I do this? Why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that kind of thing.
That. Yes. That is one aspect. Yes. Yes. Abhijit. I haven't heard you.
I'm actually thinking about it.
Okay.
Grief, sorrow.
Yeah.
Thinking about the purpose of doing a particular act, or like Kalpesh said, paschatap is not the exact thing, but thinking that whatever I'm going to do is bad, or I can't put it in one phrase or one word, but something like, do I need to do this thing?
Okay. So that is
I
a
have
question
to
you
do it,
asked.
but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So I'll just differentiate between lamentation and grief and sorrow, because grief and sorrow are the closest. So when you say sorrow, paschatap, sorrow, grief, all these things, they are very close to lamentation. But lamentation means acting when you are in sorrow. What is the act you do when you are in sorrow? When you are in grief, what is the act you do is called lamentation. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me some examples? What would you do when you are in sorrow?
Become Devdas?
Okay, so what would you do if you become Devdas? Drink,
No, no,
right?
no. Well,
So I'm
drink,
talking about the act. Okay. What else
trying
would you
to
do?
trying to basically deaden your sensations,
Yeah, yeah, but practically what will you do?
Daru
Physically
pina,
what?
sutta pina.
Daru pina is one practical thing. Yes. What else would you do? Very simple.
disassociate, sir.
Will
That is okay, but what would you do practically? Okay, dissociate
first
alone, okay, बैठ गया. लेकिन करेगा
first
क्या?
first
Act
thing is
क्या
the
करेगा?
person will moan
Okay, moan how?
by
Moaning has
crying,
many languages, many versions. Sorry.
by crying.
Yeah, yes, that's what I was looking at. So you cry, right?
The men don't cry.
Tears. Okay,
Ah, that is the wrong thing.
that's a big statement. They're nice.
Uh,
They
So
do it secret.
बचपन से सिखाया गया है इसको.
फौजी का बेटा हूँ सर.
okay, so जो अश्क न छल के आंखों से उन अश्कों की कीमत होती है ना?
अच्छा. वाह 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 वाह.
This is very nice. So lamentation is the act. So crying is lamentation.
Hmm.
Drinking is lament. You're actually doing something. You see what I'm trying to say? So you will see further that Arjun, he does a lot of things. He will do. So that is lamentation. You're actually practically doing something which is reflecting your sorrow, reflecting your grief. Does it make sense?
Hmm.
Yes.
That is a physical, actually tangible lamentation.
So could you actually use the word venting then?
It can have synonyms, but lamentation is the actual thing which can be, very closely to Vishad,
Okay.
to Sanskrit. English, aesthetics again. So very getting closer to Sanskrit, it's a difficult one. Lamentation was the closest which we could go.
Right.
That's why. So even when you see English translation of this, so it will be Arjuna's lamentation.
Okay.
That would be the name of the chapter.
All right.
Okay. All right. So coming back to the name of the chapter, it is either one that is Sanya Nirikshan Yoga, the other one is Arjuna Vishad Yoga.
Okay.
So we call it two, but this actually the whole discussion within this chapter is divided into two parts. So at the moment, we are into the first part, which is the Sanya Nirikshan Yoga. And slowly we will come to Arjuna Vishad Yoga. So they both are there in this chapter. You can name it whatever.
Okay, sir.
All right. So now going back to our discussion from last week, we ended on verse 14.
14.
Correct? So now we
Yes,
will,
sir.
so starting today, we will have a new mantra to recite before we start reading Bhagavad Gita, apart from Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So we'll do our first recitation of the mantra, that is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Please repeat.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Now we have a new mantra today, which is Sarthyam Arjunasya Adau. Please repeat.
Sartham Arjunasya Adau.
Kurvam Gitamratam Dadau.
Kurvam
Gītāmritam dadau.
Lokatra Upakarya.
Lokatra Upkarya.
Tasmai Krishnatmane Namaha.
Tasmai Krishnatmane namaha.
Namaha.
Very good. So we will read from Bhagavad Gita, verse 15.
So what does it mean?
Can you please type it and send it on the...
Sure. I will do that. On the WhatsApp group.
Sir, could you please tell
Meaning?
us what it means?
Sure.
Ajay.
So Sarthyam Arjunasya Adau. Sarthyam means Krishna became the Sarthi of Arjun.
Right.
For Kurvam Gita Amritam Dadau, to recite the Gita Amrita.
Right.
Third, he says Lokatra Upakarya. He spoke to Arjun, but to do the Upakarya for the entire Loka, for the
Right.
entire human race.
Okay.
Tasmai Krishnat Mane Namah. To that Supreme Lord, I offer my humble obeisances.
Lovely. Lovely.
Okay. All right. I will send the mantra on the WhatsApp group.
Thank
Did
you, sir.
everyone got the meaning of this one?
Right, sir.
Yes? All good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So we will go to verse 1.15. Now, what is happening on the field at the moment before we read 1.15? Yes, Piyush.
Yes, so here Arjuna is blowing his conch shell,
Uh-huh.
and he is,
Arjuna has already blown his conch shell so far, or he is going to blow in
He's
for
going to.
15? Is it? Okay.
It's going to blow.
Okay. Okay.
yeah, and he's swearing his allegiance to Krishna.
Okay. So at the moment, everyone is blowing their conch shells, which means what is the blowing of conch shell indicate?
Start of war.
Yeah. Yes, Bikash. What do you think?
Starting of something.
Starting of something. Yes. Good.
Yep.
Starting of some event, which is what even in today's world, when we blow the conch shell, means that. So in earlier days, when the war was to start, it will be blowing the conch shell.
Yep.
In that yuga. So now everyone has blown their conch shell from the Kauravas side already till 1.14. Okay. Do you want to have a quick recap of what we did last time in 5 minutes?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So let me show you the slides so that you can see what was happening. I'll start the slideshow and share my screen. Let it go. Let me close it. All right. Okay. Sorry, I'm just opening my. All right. Verses 14. Okay, so we'll just do a quick recap from 1.11 to 1.15. Quickly share my screen. Yes, anyone wants to speak? Someone has somehow Jitsi not recording my microphone. Okay, Piyush is saying not recording my microphone. I'll join from another machine. Or Piyush is joining from another machine, maybe.
Already done, sir.
Oh, okay. So does the video work here, Piyush?
It does, but I've switched it off purposely because of the bandwidth.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Sure. So I'm just sharing my screen for this. Applications. Yeah. Share. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yep.
this is the
Yes.
last we had discussed, Aparyaptam, that is Bhishma. That's where we started our last session from. Aparyaptam, which is immeasurable or insufficient. So the difference between Bhima and Bhishma, though Bhishma was a better warrior than Bhima, but Bhima had more motivation, better motivation to fight because he wanted to kill Dushasana and drink the blood from his chest. Yes,
Yes.
his
Yeah.
motivation was very high than Bhishma. That was, he was a better fighter in terms of management perspective, better candidate. Yeah.
Right.
Next one, 1.11, where Duryodhan was talking about protect my grandfather very diplomatically, where he says that not just Bhishma, but everyone is a great warrior. He is praising everyone else. Please protect grandfather Bhishma, another aspect of Aparyaptam, which means that because he may be insufficient, but so we have to help him. So he is great, but he might lack motivation. So you give him that motivation. You see, expertise in speaking, or intention about speaking. So understand between the words what Duryodhana is speaking is amazing. He's talking really political.
Yep.
So next verse, Bhishma. Now, where the word Bhishma comes from? The Bhishma word is coming from the word Bhishan, which means fierce.
Yep.
Why fierce? Because he took fearful vows. What vows did he take? One, practice celibacy amidst royal environment of debauchery. He was living in a palace where all kinds of, fun activities, as we term it today, were going on. They had dancers all the time. They had drinks all the time. All these kinds of things going on in the palace. Amidst that, he was a brahmachari. He was practicing celibacy. See, going to the temple and living among brahmacharis where there's such an environment, it's easy to do that because you have the association. But being within an environment which is full of all these fun activities and practicing celibacy, that's Bhishan. That is why Bhishma. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Second, support whoever was the king of Hastinapur. That is Dhritarashtra. These were his two vows. At the moment of Dhritarashtra, whoever is sitting on the throne of Hastinapur, he would support. That was his second vow. Dhritarashtra was supporting Duryodhana. So Bhishma had to support Duryodhana and had to fight against Pandavas. This was the reason of his fight, his vow. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Some people say why Bhishma was fighting against Pandavas. He loved Pandavas. Why was he fighting against them? He should have said no, because he had a vow. That's why he was supporting that vow. Okay. Next. 1.13. What was the lot of joy bringing to Duryodhan? What was bringing joy to Duryodhan? The sound of the conch shells from his army. All his warriors making the sound of conch shell. Duryodhan was overjoyed with the sound of conch shells of his warriors, though the joy was temporary, might not last longer. Yeah. 1.14. Transcendental sounds which are about to come now. So when there is, the sounds from the bells of temple, there are sounds of the kirtan from the temple, there are sounds of beautiful bhajans from the temple, there are transcendental sounds of someone meditating and making those sounds. They may be unpleasant to some, people may not like. You might find many people who come to the temple but they're not happy. They're just there sitting around gazing. Take that same person to a party where there is booze and drinks and dance and everything. He's suddenly very happy. This is what I want, man. You see, it may be unpleasant for some, which is about to come. The conch shell from Arjun and Krishna, they were transcendental sounds, which we will discuss in 1.15. But transcendental sounds of Krishna and Arjun's conch shell, will Duryodhana like them? No, he wouldn't, because people who like, that kind of music, which is more of in a tamasic guna, will never like sattvic guna music. They will feel out of place, right? Is that the phrase we use? Someone being out of place what do you say it? How do you say it, Randir? Someone is not belonging to that thing. How do you say that?
Out of place, sir.
Out of place, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can't use out of character because that's
Out of,
someone
yeah.
out of place, I'd say.
And there's another phrase which we use, like there was this elephant present in the room. I think maybe you'll use it somewhere else.
Right.
We will see that phrase somewhere else. It's not relating to this one, but yeah. So some people may find out of place when they are in a transcendental environment. Some
So it
people
depends
go
on
into
the size of the room.
Sorry, yeah. So someone being at the dham, like someone going to Vrindavan or Mathura or going to Ayodhya or a beautiful place, dham like that. But he'll be interested in having the peda and lassi. Arey yaar, wo khane ka. But he will not, get the energy from the dham. He will not be able to experience that because he is out of place. That was Duryodhan. That is showing the character of Duryodhan. Do we like transcendental sounds of Krishna's names? That's the question we should ask to ourselves. Do we really like Krishna Katha? Or we feel out of place? That shows our, there's something to meditate upon, to find out our own nature, like a check sometimes. Do we need to observe the Duryodhana within us? This observation is very important. Should try to identify, am I like that? Why am I like that? Why am I inclined towards these things more than Krishna Katha? Why am I inclined more towards these things than Bhagavad Gita? Why am I inclined towards these things in the material life more than these important aspects and these beautiful sounds from Krishna? Why am I not inclined towards them? Have I got some bad qualities? What are they? See, this is called self-introspection, which Duryodhana never did. And that is the reason he had to face a lot of challenges in life. So that the start of self-introspecting is a start of spirituality. So start of self-introspection is a start of spirituality, trying to go inside. And that's why that is also known as Adhyatma. So you are understanding your own self. You're turning towards inside and trying to identify what is good, what is bad in me, and why am I bad at some instances? Why am I inclined towards these bad aspects of life? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Cool. Okay. So I'll stop sharing my screen. Where was I? Is it stopped already?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So now we'll read the verse 15. Please repeat after me. Everyone on that verse? At
Yes.
the moment? Yeah. Can you see the verse? Yes.
Yep.
Panchajanya Rishikesho
Panchajanya
Rishikesho
Devadattam Dhananjaya
Devadattam Dhananjaya
Paundradhadamo
Mahashankham.
I'll say that again. Paundram Dadamo Mahashankham
Shankam,
Bhimakarma Vrikoddaraha. Anyone would like to read the translation? Vikash, would you like to read the translation of this verse?
Sorry, I don't have the book in front of me.
Kalpesh, did you send the link?
Yes. So it will be in the link.
So Vikash, if you
link in our group.
Can you see the link, Vikash?
Yep, I'm opening that.
Okay. So chapter 1, verse 15.
Yep. So you want me to read the translation?
Yes, please.
Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called Pankajanya.
Yeah.
Arjuna blew
Panchajanya.
Panchajanya. Arjuna blew his, the Devadatta, and Bhima, the voracious eater and performer of Herculean tasks, blew his terrific conch shell called Pondra.
Pondra.
Yeah.
So Panchajanya Rishikesho. So see the different word of the different name given to Krishna. What is the different name given to Krishna here in this verse?
Rishikeya?
Rishikesh.
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 So you see
Rishikesh.
that place which is there towards the north in Uttarakhand,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
just above Haridwar,
Yep.
Rishikesh. Rishikesh is the name of Krishna,
Okay.
and it has a meaning. Anyone wants to try?
Yeah.
Yes, Abhijit.
Can I?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So, Krishna is said to be the owner of all senses, our
Very
five
nice.
senses.
Yes,
So
the
that's why
master
it's-
of our senses.
Yes.
He is the master of our senses. Yes. Does it-
So
Does
that's
it convince everyone that yes, there is some master of our senses? Or do you think we are the
Yes.
master of our senses? Everyone convinced that God is the master of our senses?
I feel
Ranveer
that
has a question.
Yes.
Yeah, Piyush. Sorry, Piyush. You can go ahead.
okay. Sorry. Yeah, no, I was saying that I feel that the Paramatma is there to guide us, but in the end, we have to master the senses.
We have to
It's about
master the senses. Okay, so we are not the master of our senses at the moment. We have to master our senses. Okay, is it okay? That's your thought. Anyone wants to add to Piyush's thoughts or want to comment?
But mastering our senses, Piyush is right. But how are we going to master the senses without the owner giving the permission to do that?
Okay, that is your thought. Okay, Abhijit. So that means you think that we may try to become or we may try to become the master, but we need permission. We need a consent from some
Yes.
higher authority. Okay, that is
Yes.
Abhijit's thought. Okay, anyone else? Yes, Randir.
Ranveer.
But sir, then where does the concept of free will come in? I mean, if everything is
Okay.
dictated, as Abhijit says,
Okay.
then
Yeah.
go on, sir.
Okay. Okay. So Randir's point is that if we have to take a consent to master our senses, do we have this free will to master our own senses by ourselves without taking the consent? Correct me if I'm wrong, Randir.
Exactly, sir.
Okay. Okay. Anyone would like to comment or add to something to this?
yeah. So just I would just like to add to what
Sorry,
I have
who's
said.
this? Who's
Piyush,
this?
Piyush.
Yes, Piyush. Okay. Yes.
I was just saying. So I would just like to add based on some inputs from others as well, Ranveer
Sure.
and others.
Sure. Sure.
So it is. I think the Paramatma wants us to master the senses. It is upon us because he has given us free will, like Ranveer has said. So he wants us to master the senses to be closer to him because he is the master of all senses.
Eh,
That's my understanding. Yeah.
That
Okay.
is
So okay.
right.
So Piyush. So what Piyush's comment is that the Supreme Lord is his. He wants us actually to take the control of our senses and master them without taking his consent. Am I right, Piyush? That we should take the ownership of controlling our or mastering our senses. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, because what I feel is when you say ownership, when you say consent,
Mm,
he has given you this birth.
mm.
He has allowed you to take this birth. So that is in itself, the thing that go ahead and become more spiritually advanced,
Okay.
master your senses, so you are
Okay.
closer to me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Very nice
that's
thought. Yes. Anyone else? Yes.
Sir,
Yes. Yes,
can
Randir.
I try?
Yes,
So,
please,
sir,
please.
just building upon what Abhijit and what Piyush said,
Hmm.
sir, technically, wouldn't this be going again towards the concept of karma and moksha?
Okay. Uh, See, senses basically the working and functioning of senses and the controlling or mastering of them. If you use your senses, what does karma? We did the definition last time, right? When we
Right.
perform something.
Right. No, but that's exactly what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
on the basis of your senses,
Yeah.
people react and they says, okay, I'm going to go ahead and drink wine, or I'm going to go ahead and see a pretty girl, or I'm going
Very
to go
nice.
and watch
Oh,
Ghana,
you're
right?
thinking. Oh, very nice. Yeah. So
Right,
yeah, senses might drag you to do ill karmas. Yes,
right.
that's what you're trying
Or
to say, right?
or they can go in somewhere and says, okay, I'm going to go ahead and listen to, listen to the Bhagavad Gita, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah. It
the
takes you. Yeah. So
right.
based on your senses, you might
Uh,
do certain activities which may take you to good or bad karma. Yeah, that is Randir's thought. Okay. Anyone else? Nice brainstorming. Very nice. Yes. Anyone else?
Prabhuji, good
Yes.
morning.
Good morning, Haribol.
Devoshi here.
Yes, Divoshi.
So I go with Randir's thought. I
Uh-huh.
support him. I think the Lord is the super admin of our
Mm-hmm.
senses, right? But at the end of the day, we have got some administrative rights upon our own senses. We are
Mm-hmm.
responsible for the access that we have been granted.
Yeah.
If we hit someone, if we do the worst things in life, we are responsible for that karma, not the Lord. We cannot put it upon the Lord to uh, be responsible.
Okay.
We cannot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, sir.
Okay. So what Devarshi tries to say is that Randir is saying that yeah, we may do karma, though we are underprivileged, but we do have privileges to administer at some point and be responsible on what we are doing. Am I right, Devarshi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Good. Good. Okay. Very, very nice brainstorming. Very nice brainstorming. Very good thoughts. I would just like to explain the concept here. So senses are basically the physical senses which we have.
right.
Say smell, eat, tongue, that is your taste,
Taste.
smell, taste. Then we have hearing sense, eyes, five senses basically. Smell, taste, hear, see, and touch. These are the five major senses. Now, who controls these senses in our body? I mean, who basically, who is that, who has the control within our body for this one?
Well, sir, you
Soul.
mentioned that it's the soul, right? Which
Soul.
It's the mind. Soul doesn't control the senses. Mind controls the senses. Soul only does one thing. What is it? What does it do? What does soul do?
Desires.
Desire. There is
Okay.
only one thing. Just go to the circle diagram which we had. The souls, if you see, the soul work, as we say, the only what you call the activity which soul does is to desire. And the mind is actually the controller of your senses, is actually the master of your senses within your body. Yes, Randir.
But sir, wouldn't desire come up only after you have sensed something? I mean, if you
Desire
see,
comes first.
but sir, if you
Desire is
see
the
the
first thing.
wine, if you see the wine, then you want to drink it, right?
Depends.
So you desire to see the wine. That's why you are there, right?
No. If you walk, if you buy, walk by a wine store, that's when you're actually going to say
You
that,
can,
right?
you can choose to walk past.
You mean to say, like Randir, you are driving and you see a wine store and you just get in and take it. Like every wine store you will drop
That's okay.
and
That is the standard statement by
very
everyone. मैं पीता नहीं, मुझे पिला देते हैं लोग.
No, so Guruji, if I may, I'd just like to respond to Randir. So Randir, what I feel is, whether I hope we agree here that senses, it can be proactive, it can be reactive, both, right? I
Right.
mean, the desire can be proactive and reactive. So you may sense something that you were not planning to sense, and then you reactively decide whether you desire that or you don't. So it could be that way as well, I feel.
So initially,
I
if you,
agree. Go on.
yeah. So
Go on, please.
when you say, for example, you are seeing something, everything starts with seeing, but now it is very difficult for the blind man to live in this world. Then he wouldn't have any desires, but they do, unfortunately. So we wouldn't say just seeing will give. So sense of touch. Now, have you heard about the Muni Vishwamitra?
yeah. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
guy
Muni
who,
Vishwamitra.
From
Main
bad guy
guy.
to good guy, sir? Is that
No. He
No,
was
no.
distracted. The distraction of Muni Vishwamitra. Have you heard about it?
Shakuntala's No.
Yes, Shakuntala. Who was Shakuntala? Shakuntala was a damsel from heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she came down to distract.
No, sir. Sir,
Me-
She
sir.
was Bhishma's mother, right?
Menaka,
Sorry?
Menaka, sir.
Menaka. Sorry,
Menaka,
sorry.
yeah.
Sorry.
Shakuntala, I
What did I say?
mistaken.
Shakuntala. Shakuntala was a
No,
daughter. Sorry. Shakuntala was a
daughter.
daughter.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
My bad. Yeah. Thank you, Abhijit. That's why I'm glad to have Abhijit to correct me sometimes. So, Menaka was a damsel who came from heaven to distract Vishwamitra while he was meditating. He was meditating from years and years. And he was distracted by Menaka. He was not opening his eyes and watching Menaka's dance. No. You know how he was distracted? He
Smell,
was
I suppose.
no.
Fragrance.
He was distracted by the tinkering of his the the bell on her anklet, the
Yeah.
anklet bell.
Gungru.
Yeah,
Gungru.
gunguru or what do you call it? The other one, the little one.
Payal.
Correct.
Payal.
Yes, he was distracted by that noise. Can you believe it? He was aroused by that rather than just looking at someone.
Must be an Arab.
So you see, the senses are such. It is not someone's fault there. It is how the senses work. You don't have to see, but the desire is there. You see, the desire is only provoked by the sense. It is already there. You're already desiring it. See what I'm trying to say?
Got it.
The desire is already there, though it is hidden. That's why they call it hidden desire. So there is hidden. Now, if you are trying to really work on that front, that deep, of really going to the level of your desire, then you are actually crossing your senses, mind, intelligence, and then reaching the soul. It's a big journey. Yes, Randir.
So then, sir, working on that logic, does that mean that every person has the potential to do innumerable good and innumerable bad?
Absolutely. But where do you start from? You don't start from soul. You start from the senses.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
All right.
Because that is very high level. That is the innermost layer, as we say.
Okay. So it is our actions. So the desires, and it's the actions which we act upon, which go ahead and impact.
Desire
on the
is already there. Desire
Okay.
is already there. It is inside us.
Right.
The desire is inside us. It is the senses when we tweak, we are actually reaching to that goal of changing our desire. So we tweak senses, we tweak our mind, we tweak our intelligence to reach to the desire, to the soul, to actually change the desire.
So does everyone have the same desire?
Of course, everyone is lusty. Who's not? Everyone is.
One
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Are the desires, are these senses
Yes.
seated in the mind for human
No,
beings?
they're not seated in the mind. The mind is logically controlling them. So there is no physical component called mind. It is logical component. Of course, this is a component within our body. You will be able to identify the component after you start working on your senses. Now, let me give you a simple example. Okay. You have a habit. If someone has a habit of smoking or drinking, just very simple example. You drink on a Friday night, irrespective of what. Now, to stop that particular night to drink, to stop that sense, you really have to fight your mind. It will not go away easily. Okay, that is a very crude example of drinking. I'll give you a very simple example of waking up in the morning. Say, for example, you wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. You want to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. You try to wake up 5 a.m. next day. Your mind will fight with you. Literally, it will fight with you. Because you're reducing 2 hours of your sleep time. It will fight with you. It will take you at least 6 months to actually nail that. Wake up at 5 o'clock. At least 6 months. If you can do it before that, please let me know. I would like to know the process. Huh?
I have done it.
Within 6 months or before that?
Next day itself.
Okay, but that will be
The
tiring on
only
you.
logic I used was I like to go for fitness classes and all,
Okay,
and those fitness classes are very early.
okay,
So only thing I did was the next day, like one day I could not do. The next day I just kept on awake the whole night,
okay.
and then it was a
Could you
schedule.
maintain the consistency of that?
I'm still maintaining since 2015.
That is very good. That is fantastic. So that means you have the ability to actually be in discipline.
Secondly, you spoke about alcohol. Yes, I was very much in influence of alcohol,
Mhm.
and it took me only Bhagavad Gita to stop alcohol.
Very nice. But
I started reading.
that means you have this discipline within you. You know what is discipline?
Yeah,
What is discipline?
it's conditioning yourself,
No, it is forcing.
Forcing,
forcing.
yeah.
Okay.
Discipline always means force. Discipline doesn't mean any humble
Hmm.
treatment. Okay?
Hmm. Hmm.
Don't expect discipline means प्यार से हो जाएगा. नहीं, discipline means it has to be a force.
Hmm.
Okay? So
Okay.
if you can force yourself, but not everybody can, and sometimes it may be harmful also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to be careful there. But a robust process would be going very, very slowly and trying to be friendly with your mind, not forcing it. So, for example, if you want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you start, and you are waking up at 7 currently, you start waking up 6:45 to start with. That your mind will handle. Yes, Randir.
So, sir, I'm sorry for being, for questioning so much.
No, that's
But I'm
okay.
just,
It's
Please,
okay.
please.
but I'm sorry. I'm just trying to go back to this whole concept of desires and senses. I'm trying to take it more on a moralistic point of view. Is, as you say, is everyone's got the same desires and the senses are the same, right? Then between, I'm trying to draw the line between right and wrong. There's us, and then there are criminals, right? If the desires are the same and the senses among all of us are the same, then what would actually be what's the trigger point? How
Hmm.
do some people go one direction and some
Hmm.
of them not the other? So what is the aspect about desire changing?
Mhm. Okay, so what you are asking basically, I'll just clarify a question to everyone
Right.
just so that understand how does it work with the criminal where he has his senses? Is he not trying to control, or what is he doing that he is able to do a crime without any problems? Am I right?
Yes, I mean, how does, if we have the same desires as
Yeah,
criminals too,
yeah,
how
yeah,
do they switch on and switch off,
correct.
which we don't?
Yeah. So
So what
how
is
are
the
the
difference?
yeah? So how? I'll just repeat. I'll just clarify the question again. So
Right.
please correct me if I'm wrong. So the criminals, how are they able to manage to do a crime repeatedly, being having that desire and kind of an inbuilt desire to do the crime? Am I right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So we had touched this concept earlier about Dronacharya. If someone
Right.
recollects that how he had suppressed his truth from inside, as we call it, the Paramatma or
Mhm.
the guilt,
Guilt,
which is
yeah.
inbuilt within our body. So when we try to suppress at the time when we are about to do a immoral, as we term it, immoral activity, we suppress it. What happens is the power of that guilt starts diminishing.
Hmm.
Mm.
So the next time when you do the same activity, there will be guilt, but it will be in a, how do you say it? Lesser force.
Mhm.
The force will be less. The resistance will be less from the guilt. And if you continue doing that and suppressing that guilt over a period of time, there won't be any noise. And
Mhm.
that's when you become a criminal. Basically, you're repeating
Dimin-
that.
diminishing marginal returns. Okay.
So
Economics.
over a period of time, that would suppress completely, and you will have, and your gut basically, which was stopping you, your gut which was actually coming out as guilt, your gut will transform into supporting you that it is okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir. Perfectly. Thank you so much.
Okay. So going back to what is the senses and how does it go on to the next level up. So it's a mind which is actually controlling the senses. So imagine now, since we have done 1.14, what was in 14th verse? It was Lord Krishna and Arjuna on a chariot.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
Let me give you an analogy from the chariot. So consider you are on a chariot and Krishna is with you.
Yes.
Okay. Consider you have worn the shoes of Arjun
Arjun.
and you are there. Now, taking that analogy, if you see the horses of the chariot are your senses.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, let's not have Krishna at the moment. We will bring in Krishna later. So let's have you have a chariot rider, someone or a sarthi who is riding the chariot. That rider is the mind because he's controlling the horses.
Right.
Okay. Yes.
Yep. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
And you, this whole chariot would be the body, if you can consider that. Visualize that. You being sitting inside is the soul. And
Okay.
you are telling the mind to do whatever, which is the desire. So your desire transfers into the action from the mind distributed to the senses. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, but Prabhuji, your question here.
Yes.
So where are these desires getting generated from now?
Okay.
That's
Now, yeah, where are this desire getting generated from? Where is the ultimate desire coming from? The ultimate desire which we have is to enjoy. मजा आना चाहिए. Okay, हर किसी में मजा. This is our ultimate desire. Now, to enjoy, you have two aspects. Which shelter do you take to enjoy? You take shelter of this material energy, which is your senses, basically, all the matter, drinking, gambling, doing, all sorts of things, or playing, doing whatever thing you want, ultimately to enjoy. Is that your enjoyment, or your enjoyment is serving Krishna or trying to find your own self? Are you enjoying that? So this is the choice is given to anyone at any given point of time. Whose shelter do you want to take? And once you make that choice within yourself, whose shelter you want to take, the senses will act accordingly. So maybe, it so happens that you see, like Randhir said, you see a wine bottle and your tongue starts saying, okay, I drink this wine bottle. But if you go back and introspect and think, why not I spend this time and money, basically, which I will use to drink this wine and spend on the bottle of the wine, why not I take this money and go to somewhere, which is a dham, and have some nice prasad? I'm just giving a vague example. Why can't I do that? Why can't I spend this time in going to a place where I can get sadhu sangha and pay some money there as a donation? If that kind of a thought straight away come, your activity will change. Although you are going to drink some wine, you have changed now. Yes, Randhir.
Okay, sir. So let's take it a step further.
Yeah.
Wine, a good bottle of Dom Perignon is something around, I don't know, aged for a couple of years is a couple of $1,000, right? Let's assume you don't do that. Let's assume you go for Sadhu Sangat.
Okay.
You're going to Rishikesh, you're going to,
Okay.
Mansarovar, right?
Very nice.
It's going to cost you around, what, 2-3 lakhs, if you're going there,
Yeah.
helicopter stuff.
Yeah.
So, sir,
Helicopter. Okay.
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 Chal ke nahi aane ka na?
Okay.
But the thing is this, but they teach you, or you've learned that God's inside, right? So the question is, if you take the same amount of money And if you're talking about senses, if you go ahead and जब बोलते हैं भोजन करो,
Mhm.
technically speaking, if you go ahead and feed some people with that,
Mhm.
isn't that contrary to? I mean, it's like, aren't the two kind of more or less the same? I mean, on one hand, you're going to a temple or something for the matter and saying is, मैंने इतना का खर्च हो गया. These are my expenses.
Mhm.
On the other hand, you're actually trying to help a few people out with the same amount of donations.
Yeah.
So, okay. What is going to be the? I'm just trying to figure out is.
Okay, I see your point.
Uh,
You're saying that why should I go to the temple? Why shouldn't I just feed someone
Yes.
who's hungry? Yeah,
हाँ.
you can do that. That will give you सत कर्मा. Why not? But instead of feeding them just भोजन, feed them प्रसाद यार. अच्छा मंदिर से लेके खरीद के दे दो ना उसको जो भोग लगा हुआ है भगवान को. He will be karma free.
नहीं, okay. अच्छा.
ये ना, it is better ना.
हाँ.
वो मंदिर का ही भला हो गया, उसका ही भला हो गया. खिलाना ही है तो.
Yeah. No, I was thinking like what Gulshan Kumar used to do, right?
Oh yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yes, you can feed them. But even when I was looking at what he was doing, he was also feeding prasad.
Right.
So you can do that, yes, no doubt.
Right.
But this is where you take the shelter. Where do you take the shelter? Are you enjoying in serving, and feeding your soul, or are you enjoying in serving your senses and feeding your body?
Okay, get it.
So where are you taking the shelter? Whether you are interested in adhyatma or whether you are interested in mundane activities.
Okay.
So this is where the choice comes from your soul. So understood the analogy of the senses, the mind and the soul with the chariot?
Okay, yes.
Yes, correct?
Yes, sir.
One question,
Okay.
sir.
Yep.
Yes, Devorshi?
Yeah, the Boshi. Yeah.
Yeah, Devorshi.
So my question is, the driver is the soul. Is he a
No,
representative?
the chariot driver is the mind. He's controlling the horses, which are the senses.
Okay. And what is the soul in that case?
Sorry?
Who's the soul in that?
We who are sitting inside. Because we are desiring, we are telling him what to do, what not to do, right?
And is the soul the representative of the Paramatma?
So Krishna is the representative of Paramatma. So if Krishna is there, sitting there, that is Paramatma. He's also there, of course, but we are not putting that extra component at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. The soul is desiring, but it is getting directed by Krishna. Now, direction is the same. Now, when we say directed, it is not the robot thing, which Randir we discussed earlier. So it is not the consent we are taking from Krishna every time. Ye karu kya? Wo karu kya? No. It is an inbuilt thing. Say, for example, for a criminal, you take that example. That inbuilt cut, the guilt which comes up, that is Krishna. That is Paramatma.
Sir,
But
a
the
question.
problem is that, sorry, Abhijit, I'll just say this one.
Okay.
But the problem is we suppress that guilt and then we do that thing. So you feel, even though if you're feeling guilty, you're feeling bad, yaar nahi karna chahiye, but we say, yaar maza aa raha hai, karta hu. So that suppressing of that Paramatma, that is when you neglect. So Krishna is there, but he's not there also. Did I answer your question, Devarji?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You did.
Yeah. So he's there, but he's not there also.
I think he's there.
Very good. Yes, Abhijit.
Sir, so should we say that if I am sitting in place of Arjun and the charioteer is the mind, my mind,
Yes.
Krishna is there, then should I say that the flag over the top of the chariot is the Paramatma or Krishna sitting over there?
I mean, you can put analogy as per your understanding. Whatever you understand, Abhijit, that is more important. However you
Yeah.
understand. Whatever convinces you, the idea is to understand the component of senses, mind, and the soul.
Yeah.
So when you try to understand this, you can see that senses are something which you have to start controlling first. That is the first point. Because
Yes.
going from physical to mental to intellectual to spiritual, that is the path. Don't talk about spiritual, I'm spiritual straight away. It is very difficult. It has to start, even if you say yoga, when we'll come to chapter 6, we'll have all the steps. Yama, niyama, asana, it comes by, and then comes dhyana and samadhi. They are topmost. So there are 8 limbs called Ashtanga yoga. We'll come to that. But initially it is yam and niyam. rules and regulation which are for your senses.
Hmm.
So it starts with the senses. Now imagine in the chariot, if one horse gets deviated, got attracted by something or hit by a stone, will that affect your chariot, or you'll be okay with the 3 horses?
No. It'll steer away, slow down.
Yeah,
Everything will
correct.
be devastated. Yeah.
Absolutely. So even one sense can spoil your whole chariot.
Hmm.
तो स्टेप नहीं लगाना पड़ेगा.
रथ में वो पॉसिबल नहीं है यार, रथ में उतने ही घोड़े होंगे. एक पीछे घोड़ा दौड़ाना पड़ेगा. But that's not possible.
वो करना
Okay.
का वही प्रॉब्लम हुआ था, right?
Sorry, what is it?
No, not
करना का
over.
वही प्रॉब्लम हुआ
No,
था.
that is not the analogy for this. We can't
No.
compare Karna.
No,
Karna
I
is a
know.
different thing. Yeah,
No.
Karna is, yeah. His Ratha,
Also-
yeah, his Ratha word destroyed. But yeah,
Right.
we will come to that also. That is also
Right.
very good, what do you call, pastime.
अच्छा प्रभु
Okay.
जी
Yes,
एक
yes.
सवाल है.
Yes, Devarshi.
हम लोग कोई नया सेंसेस ऐड कर सकते हैं? हमारे पास 5 है. मैंने सुना है एक
That is so nice.
Sixth sense.
Yeah, wish. Sixth sense, very nice. Sixth sense is the mind, as we say.
Sixth sense is the mind.
Yeah. So sixth sense is the mind. So when we say sixth sense, is actually the mind which is controlling all of. Now, sixth sense can also be the mind, and sixth can also be that gut or the guilt which comes up.
Hmm.
So it is upon you. How do you want to term it as? I'll leave it to you, because this is, self introspection. There is no. This is not from the Shastra. We are just analyzing to understand.
Hmm.
So
So,
this
sir,
is not
in
given
the
in any. Yeah.
in the spirit of self introspection, I'm trying to just go about this step by step. So could we just repeat for me and probably for everybody, what are the 5 senses?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So the 5 senses, the first one is the sense of hearing, which is the most prominent.
Yeah.
The second one is the sense of seeing from the eyes. Third one is the sense of smelling from the nose. Fourth one is the sense of taste, with the
Taste.
tongue. Fifth one is the sense of touch by the skin. These are our 5 gross senses, as we term them.
The material senses. Right.
Gross senses.
Yeah. Okay.
Gross senses, yes. Not gross, sorry, gross.
Yeah. So these are the 5 material senses, and the 6th
Correct.
one being
Gross.
the
Gross
mind,
senses.
which is-
5 gross
which is-
senses.
Five
And
gross.
6th one, there is no 6th sense as termed in the Shastra separately, but the master of the sense, that is the senses, that is 6th or the 6th sense, you can call it, is mind. But that is
Right,
our
right.
own terminology. That is not from the Shastra.
Of course, that is the immaterial sense, the one that sort of is like a CPU. you could say.
Well, mind is also material,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
we will come to that mind in other chapters of that mind can be, engaged engage into in the spiritual activities by using mantra.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That is why mantra is the word. That is mantra. So man is the mind, and tra means cleansing.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, we'll come to that, but at the moment, yeah, for understanding, you can say mind is the 6th sense. Okay, so Rishikesha. Now, this is what we understood about our own senses. Now, where does Rishikesha comes into picture? Now, I'll give you a very simple example. We have the sense of touch. Okay, we have the sense of smelling. We have the sense of breathing or smelling. We have the sense of hearing. But if any disease occurs to you, we don't know how these senses are functioning. Do we know how this thing happens inside? I mean,
Stimulus.
personally, of course, science, I mean, वो किसी ने analysis किया है, वो बताएगा तुमको ऐसा ऐसा होता है. But personally, do you know how the breathing happens? वो अंदर कैसे जाता है, क्या होता है उसका?
नहीं.
Personally feel किया है, ऐसा realize किया है, ये मेरा breathing है, ये जा रहा है अंदर, ये बाहर आ रहा है. Touch ऐसे हो रहा है, और you just enjoy that moment. कि touch हो गया, that's it. सुन लिया, हो गया. देख लिया, हो गया.
Vipassana
That's
में
all
मैंने-
we. Sorry.
During Vipassana, I had realized the breathing thing.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So we have to actually consciously try and sit down to realize, understand a little bit about the sense. Am I right? The functioning
Yes.
of the sense. Breathing pranayam is a big, lengthy thing in yoga.
Hmm.
Just on breathing, there are so many exercises you cannot imagine. So just with the sense of smell or the breathing, that sense, there are so many varieties. So understanding that whole process, how it happens or how am I realizing it, very difficult. We can only use it, correct? Am I right?
Yes.
But it can be taken away anytime. Yeah, there may be a disease by which you may not be able to breathe. You will be given certain devices so that you can breathe. There are diseases, I don't know the name of the diseases, some medical expert can comment on that, that people are given those kind of machines where they are forced to breathe at night, because if they sleep, they maybe stop breathing and they die.
Oh,
So there are
sleep apnea?
devices. Sleep apnea is one of the sleeping disorders, but there is a disease, I don't know what it is, but where if a person, he cannot breathe. When he sleep, he cannot breathe.
It's called a CPAP machine, sir.
Okay. Okay. So what it does is it makes you breathe when you sleep so that the person is alive. It forces you to breathe. So who's controlling this whole process? That is Krishna. That is Rishikesha. Does it make sense?
Yes.
We are using it. We are users. Yes, Ranveer.
So, sir, again, building upon your example,
Yeah.
we normally breathe. I mean,
Yes.
average person breathes. But in this case, if the person's disabled and he's using a machine to breathe now, so then in that case, what is the distinction? So who is now in control?
Who's not? He's not in control. Definitely. There is some way they have manipulated something and tried to do that, but that will cost him, I don't know how much. He has to pay for it. He stops paying, he's gone.
No. I understand that, but what I'm trying to figure about is from the control aspect of it.
They're just
As
manipulating. So basically, oxygen is already there. All these aspects are already there. They're just using them. They're not manufacturing any breathing.
Okay.
They're not manufacturing those things which are to go inside. These guys are utilizing and allowing him. Similarly, we are also utilizing.
Right.
It's just that Krishna has given us directly, and unfortunately, he has to go an extra hop, use a doctor to use it.
But
so
if
we could say
go on,
in this.
sorry.
So sorry, Ranveer. No, go ahead. Yeah.
Yes.
No, sir. I'm just following along the same thing. Is so if he's now dependent upon that machine, that device, to survive effectively, isn't he at a deficit as compared to someone else?
Naturally, he cannot breathe. He's been forced. Although he is breathing naturally with the machine is only forcing him to breathe naturally. He is inside. He's breathing naturally.
Right.
Does it make sense?
Yes,
but he's
he's
not doing it
deficit
while
now,
sleeping.
Abhi disabled ho gaya na banda.
So he can't breathe while sleeping.
Acha.
Now the machine is all it is doing is telling his brain that breathe.
Okay.
It is a stimulating event.
All right.
That's all.
All right.
The process itself is natural. Even when they talk about these test tube babies or whatever they, IVF or whatever they call it, they cannot generate a sperm. Sperm is anyway there. वो किसी को बुलाते हैं? वो sperm donor होता है. वो देता है. ये इससे eggs लेते हैं और बनाते हैं उसका. वो manufacture नहीं कर सकते.
Yes.
They cannot. So the senses, basically, the master is always Rishikesha. Is always Krishna.
Okay, perfect.
Does it make sense?
Right.
That is why Rishikesha.
Right.
So what we think that we are controlling our senses, we are the masters. No. But if you dig deeper, it can be taken away anytime. So he's the master of senses. It is only given to us to use it. Now, how we use it is what we call control.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So So, sir, if I break my leg, then
Yeah.
one could say in that sense that I'm a poor user of my senses. I
Breaking a leg would be an accident because of your karma, I would say.
uh, let's say I did that deliberately, like I was fighting somebody, and
Oh, okay. Deliberately also it is because of your karma, because you deliberately fought and broke your leg, unfortunately.
uh,
You were extra cautious on fighting, but unfortunately you broke your leg. That unfortunate thing is karma.
so Krishna was controlling my sense here.
No.
Then,
Krishna is anyway controlling the sense. He's always controlling the senses.
yeah,
He is the master of the senses because he owns those senses. He has given us those senses. We are using those senses. What we are trying to do is how to use these senses is upon us. And if we do not use them correctly, then we might have problems, right? Because you have chosen to fight. So you chose to fight and broke your leg. Where is Krishna's? It's not Krishna's fault. It is your karma.
right.
Yeah. The
So
reaction.
can we ever surrender our senses to Krishna and allow him to control it?
Very nice. Very nice. That is where you take shelter of Krishna. So when we say taking shelter of Krishna, we start with the senses. So we don't enjoy the output of the senses for our body. Instead, we try to utilize our service in the service of Krishna or some Adhyatma so that our soul is fed. That is when you start your spiritual journey. You go a little deeper on that one.
Can you repeat that statement, Anilji, just
Yeah,
now?
sure.
Which you
So the senses, if we engage those senses instead of serving our body and enjoying our body, instead of that, if we start using our senses to serve the Supreme, serve Krishna, and feed our soul, then we are utilizing the senses in the right direction. That is called surrendering or the shelter to Krishna.
So the great rishis who we know of who are in that level of meditation that they don't even need food, right? We've heard folklore of such rishis. So, could we say in that sense that the rishi has surrendered his senses to Krishna and he does not require food to feed himself? That is from the
Yeah,
cosmic
you can say
perspective,
that because
right?
he's in the dhyana marga, he's connected completely. So in the yoga,
Right.
so in yoga, you are connected to some supreme personality, and
Mm.
when you are connected completely in that state, you don't, you are out of your senses. You are basically not on the sensual level. You are above that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Good. So Rishikesha, everyone understood how Krishna is the master of senses
Yes.
because he is the provider, manufacturer, provider. We are the users.
yeah, the customers. Yeah.
Okay. So that is the, when you're talking about those privileges, this is the privilege we have. We are the users. Okay. So Panchajanya Rishikesho. So Rishikesh, Krishna was blowing his shankh called Panchajanya. Devadattam Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya is the name of, another
Arjun.
name of Arjun.
Arjun. Yeah.
Now that is another story. We will take one more hour to say that. So I will take that story next time so that you know
Yeah.
why he is called Dhananjaya. There is a background to it. But quickly, is it okay if we continue for 10 more minutes?
Yes, sure.
Everyone okay?
Please, sir.
Yes,
Yeah?
yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
all
sir.
good? Okay.
Yeah.
So Pondra Dadmo Mahashankham. So Pondra was a Mahashankha.
Bhim.
That was blown, Pondra, Dadmo. Pondra means a Shankha. Dadmo means was blown, Mahashankha. That the Mahashankha, like Pondra, was blown by Bhima. Bhima Karma Vrakodaraha. The whole line is for Bhima. Because it was a massive Shankha, Mahashankha. Huge Shankha. And it was blown by Bhima. Bhima Karma. Bhima Karma Prakodara. Bhima Karma. So see, the words used is Bhima, not just his name, but Bhima Karma. But the person who was performing those Bhima also means Hercules, Herculean tasks. Hercules is a word, English word, but that's the closest we can use. The massive or huge, gigantic tasks are called Bhima Karma. So when someone does a massive task, you can term it as Bhima Karma. He has done a Bhima Karma. Okay, so Bhima Karma means massive task, huge tasks, which require a lot of strength and massive physical ability. That is called Bhima Karma. So those kinds of tasks were performed by Bhima. Herculean tasks, big tasks. Vrikodara. Vrikodara is the name of Bhima here. So Bhima Karma is not the name of Bhima. Bhima Karma is the task he used to perform. Is it making sense? Are you
Yes,
with me?
sir. Yes.
Bhima Karma is not the name of Bhima. Bhima Karma is the tasks, the massive task. Who used to do that? Vrikodara. Vrikodara is Bhima. The name of Bhima is Vrikodara. You know what is Vrikodara? Anyone wants to try?
Voracious eater.
It is the closest meaning it is given in English, but we will analyze the word Vrik Udara. You know what is Udara?
Stomach.
Very good. The stomach. Stomach is called Udara. Vriko means massive, big. So person with big, huge stomach. This is Bhima. That was a name given to him. So I'll just give you a quick pastime on why he was like that and how much food he used to eat. So you know Pandavas were massive. They all were warriors. So when they were in the forest, when Arjun married Draupadi, he won Draupadi in a Swayamvar, and when he brought Draupadi where in the forest where all the Pandavas were living. So at that time, Kunti was cooking her meals. You know, all the meals for everyone, lunch meals. She was cooking, and Arjun came there with Draupadi, and all the Pandavas were around. And he said, Draupadi was inside the house, and he said, "Mom, I've brought some gift for you." And Kunti replied, "Whatever you have brought, distribute it among your friends."
Yeah.
Sorry, among your brothers.
Brothers.
Yeah. Distribute it among your brothers. Now she said that. And when she came out of the kitchen and saw that, she was stunned that, the very, bride with Arjun, because everyone was silent. She said, "Why everyone is silent?" She came out of the kitchen and she saw there was Draupadi, dressed fully like a bride, all nice jewelry and, a princess, and Arjun next to her. And Arjun said, "What did you say that? Why did you say that, Mom? Now, what do we do? We will have to take your, Adesha here." And that's how Draupadi became the wife of all the 5 Pandavas. Are you guys convinced with this? I was not.
I'm still not. Like, I don't know. I mean,
Okay, I can't see anyone. It's only me in the video, man. The thing is, I don't know who's talking from where, which corner.
this is Kalpesh here, and I have switched off my this thing because my mobile is running out of battery all the time. I got disconnected 2-3 times.
Okay. Technical problems. All right. Okay.
I can switch it on, but the only thing you will see is a wall at the moment. I'm in the ceiling.
Okay, I can see other ceiling also. And
Yeah.
Randir is also gone.
I always wanted to
Randir
ask
is here,
about
sir.
this part.
Randir is trying not to breathe too heavily.
You're controlling your senses. Very nice.
Yes, exactly.
No, Randir, you can come online, man. You can be on the video. No problem.
So that colorful what you see with my hand there.
Yeah.
Actually my computer. It's not the disco light.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it,
So
man.
I can, if I move my phone
Okay.
now, I
All
might
right.
lose the connection. Yeah.
Okay, let's
So,
get. Okay, coming back. Kalpesh is not convinced. Okay, we'll come to the reasons first. Kalpesh is not convinced. Who else is not convinced with this? Everyone convinced? Yes. Okay. All good.
They're all lying.
I don't know whether to be convinced or not because
Yeah.
We have
she
been
just said
listening.
share her with the rest of the brothers, and they did so. And there's nothing
Yeah.
good,
Amazing,
bad, or
isn't it?
anything about it. It's just
Yeah,
simple
I
as
know.
it is.
I know. But it's for me. It was hard to digest
Yeah.
No,
initially. Yes.
Kshitij here,
Yes, Hitesh.
Anilji. I can relate this to. So this is again a story again from Satyug or other side, where uh, she actually aspired to
Very
have
nice.
a
Yeah, so he
has.
know about the pastime. Very good. Very good.
Yeah,
Yes. Good,
which we have.
Kshitij. Good.
And this is not B.R. Chopra. This is sometime in school times, I believe, where
Yeah, yeah,
my
yeah.
our
It is in the
grand.
Mahabharata. Let me
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
you.
it's there.
It is in the
So
Mahabharata.
she aspired to have a husband who would be strong like Arjuna, who would be dharmanishta by like so all those five qualities which all these five Pandavas had.
Yeah.
She aspired that kind of person to be her
Yeah, it is
husband.
it is partially correct. I'll tell you exactly from Mahabharata, the
Yeah.
pastime. Then I understood. Okay, so these things are connected. Anyone else would like to add or say something on
So
this? If it is,
I would
yes.
say that I would like to experience this myself before saying that I agree or disagree.
Okay.
I want to learn through my own journey. Yeah.
Okay. 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 You want to understand how this is.
Buy a ticket for Dubai.
No, no.
Yeah.
That wasn't the concept in Mahabharata. So what happened in this case was Draupadi in her previous life. This is the past time where Ved. So what happened? This situation. Now what to do? So they didn't just decide. Okay, let's do it. Let's have Draupadi married to all five of them. They didn't decide like that. Our mother has said, and we will do it. It didn't happen like that. They consulted Vyasa Muni. So they called Ved Vyas to analyze this situation as to what is to be done. And words in that era were official. Whoever spoke something, they were official all the time.
Hmm.
Today's times, because of Kali Yuga, only when you speak in the court it is official,
Yeah.
or in front of a authority whose legal authority. When you speak in front of him, then or her, it is official or legal. Am I correct? Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Or maybe some other terms and conditions around where you speak, what you speak, at what point you speak, it becomes official or legal. Correct? Now we are talking about this yuga, which is Dwapar Yuga. Dwapar Yuga, everything spoken was official and legal and to be followed. This is the world we're talking about. So you imagine people would use their intelligence before speaking, not after, like in Kali Yuga.
One question, Prabhuji, a very
Yes,
quick question.
yes, yes.
During Kurukshetra, why
Yeah.
did Yudhishthira say that tell Dronacharya that his son is dead?
Haribol, who would like to answer this? We have discussed this. Yes, Randir.
सर उस टाइम काफी दिमाग खराब
मैं
अरे
ये
यार,
पूछ
ऐसा
रहा हूँ
मत
because
करिए।
you said that everything is official, right?
No. We have discussed this in length and breadth. This particular topic, Dronacharya. We have taken one class, two class, Randir. Two classes easily,
two
isn't it?
classes
In
well
detail
I mean
about Dronacharya.
well Dronacharya wasn't he wasn't all that he was made up to be,
Yeah.
he
So
was
there is a lot of background towards it, in simple Devarshi. Why it happened and how it happened. So we took actually
Yes.
about 90 minutes on understanding the whole life of Dronacharya and how it happened. And actually, it was not a lie which was spoken. It was actually he was made so the situation was made such by Krishna that he doesn't hear the truth.
but Devarashi, the thing is this is Dronacharya was not the only the teacher and the the vaulted teacher as we understand it from B.R. Chopra. there was a whole segment of his life which was less than noble, I would say.
Well, it's mix of everything. Yeah.
Got
Uh,
it. Okay.
Yeah. So just to give you an answer, Devarshi, quickly, Dronacharya asked a question to Yudhishthir. Is Ashwathama dead? Kya Ashwathama mara gaya? In Hindi, I'm translating from Sanskrit. And Yudhishthir replied, Ashwathama, हाँ, Ashwathama मारा गया, नर नहीं हाथी. He said the truth. But when he said, हाँ, Ashwathama मारा गया, that was heard by Dronacharya. After that, when he said, Nar nahi hathi, that sentence was silenced because Krishna blew the conch shell right in next to Dronacharya's ears. Does it make sense?
Absolutely.
So it was not wrong. Krishna didn't wanted him to hear the truth. And why he didn't wanted him to hear the truth, that's where the background story is of Dronacharya. We will take that again next time. Why he did not hear the truth.
That will be great, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yeah, we will do that.
So, Prabhuji, just for my understanding of this, Draupadi marrying the people and how this came about. So it's very simple. I think pretty much in line with the way I took it, that it is just dharma. There's no such thing as why this happened, no rationale.
It was followed.
dharma.
It was followed.
It was
Yes.
followed. She said it, do it. They did it. No rationale. Yeah.
So it was a legal statement by Kunti, and they took it. But just because it was something which cannot be followed straight away, it has to be consulted. Although she said it, an official legal statement, but to consult it, they called Vedvyasa, a Brahmana, because he was very learned to analyze the situation. And he said, this is not happening, just by, it's not a coincidence. It is not happening by coincidence. There is a background to it. So he gave a glimpse of Draupadi's previous life, where she was doing tapasya to Lord Shiva to get for finding a husband. And she was, once Shiva appeared, she said, I want a husband, I want a husband, I want a husband, I want a husband, I want a husband. 5 times. He said, Tathastu. Every word is legal. Accept it. And she had to take it. Unfortunately, she couldn't, her lifespan wasn't that much that she could marry in her previous life. So in this life, she gets it. Very simple.
Be careful what you wish for.
Absolutely. Be careful what you desire. Be very careful what you desire.
Very important.
You will get it. Trust me. You may not like it then. All right. So this concludes this, but okay, just with Bhima, I'll just add on. So why I took this? Because when Draupadi, this is to explain Bhima, not them. This was just a background. So at that point, when now ho gaya sab sort out, everything settled, okay, Draupadi married to all the 5 Pandavas. Now Draupadi was taken in. Kahan se aayi thi? Where did Kunti come from? What was she doing?
Cooking.
Yes. तभी बहू को सीधा कुकिंग में ही लेके गई वो. Come on, let me take to the kitchen. And in the kitchen, she explained her that, see, I have cooked this meal. Now I'll explain you how this meal is distributed. This meal is distributed like this. So we make the whole meal. Then we divide it into 2 parts. Okay. The first part is divided into all 5 of us. Now 6. Because 4 Pandavas, me and you will be 6. And the second part is all given to Bhima. So Draupadi laughed the way you all are laughing. This is also mentioned in Mahabharata. And then he was named as Vrikodara, the man with a huge stomach. Okay, so that concludes our 1.15. We'll continue with our next. Yes, Randir.
But sir, I still don't understand. They're talking about the conch shells, right? Then why are they talking about Bhima in between?
No, they're not talking about Bhima. I'm talking about Bhima.
No. In that 1.15,
Yeah, they're
they're
naming.
talking about.
They're naming. See, the
Uh-huh.
names given to someone because of an
Right.
event. So I'm giving you the
Okay.
event behind why this name was given.
Okay.
Make sense?
Right. Right.
So why Rishikesha? Why Dhananjaya? If I take Dhananjaya, it will take another half an hour. So I will take Dhananjaya next time.
Okay.
Why Rishikesh? So three conch shells:
Uh-huh.
Krishna, Arjun, and Bhima.
Mm-hmm.
So we discussed Rishikesha, the name of Krishna, why he is the master of senses. Next, we discussed why the name of Bhima is Vrikodara and he's doing the Mahashankha.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he called Vrikodara? And why Arjun is called Dhananjaya, we'll understand next week.
Right. So one last question, please.
Yes, so sure.
Okay. Now, Rishikesh, the place up there in Uttarakhand.
Yeah.
It's, as you mentioned, it's named after Lord Krishna, right?
It's a name of Lord Krishna.
Lord Krishna.
Yeah.
But sir, they also have Lakshman Jhula in
Yeah.
Rishikesh.
Yeah.
Now, as far as Lakshman Jhula is
No.
concerned,
Don't link the city with don't link the city with Krishna. The name Rishikesh is Krishna. The city may have a lot of things. I don't know why they have named the city Rishikesh, but Rishikesh is the name of Krishna.
Okay.
Yeah. City में क्या है वो मेरे को ज़्यादा पता नहीं है.
What is the
I've been
meaning
there
of
though, but it's very nice. Yeah.
Sorry?
I've been there. It's very nice, but वो क्या है वो सब उसका past times मेरे को ज़्यादा पता नहीं है.
Yeah, one day,
Prabhuji, what does
we all
Sashi-
might go there.
Yes, Devarshi. Sorry, Kalpesh. Yes. Who wants to ask first?
Kalpesh first.
Yes,
So,
Kalpesh.
so we all might, travel together to Rishikesh and Mayapur one day.
Yeah,
You never know.
Rishikesh has a very good flow of Ganga. It's a very good flow of Ganga from Rishikesh to Haridwar. So Ganga is like in a purest form at that point, because further up it is Devaprayag and all that. It is more, purest. But Rishikesh also is very nice. Ganga, if you want to taste in the pure form. Yeah.
So, Prabhuji, I was
Yes.
asking, what is the meaning of Rishikesh? Is it
Master
hair
of the senses. Master of the senses. Yeah. Master of the senses.
I'm sorry, you must have discussed this earlier. I came a little late today.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah. We did that. You can hear the recording, Devashri. You'll get everything. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions or comments? No? All good. So we'll end our session today. We'll read from 1.1. Oh, sorry. We'll do Dhananjaya from 1.15 next week. And then we will continue from 1.16. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you
Hare
so much, sir.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.